What if reality isn't random at all? What if, underneath everything we see, from these huge, sprawling galaxies down to the tiniest particles, there's a hidden code? That's what we're diving into today. It's this really fascinating belief system that says, yeah, there is a cosmic blueprint, and it comes from ancient wisdom and sacred geometry. So let's explore it together. So according to the sources we're looking at, the key to understanding all this, well, you're not going to find it in a laboratory. Nope, it's in a pattern, a design that's supposedly woven right into the very fabric of existence. And think of it like a map, but not a map of, land or oceans. This is a map of creation itself. It's like a geometric language, and it tells this incredible story about where everything, and I mean everything, comes from. So yeah, that's the big question we're tackling in this explainer. What if the universe is built from a hidden code? And to even begin to answer that, we've got to go way, way back, all the way to the very first moment of creation. All right, so where does a story like this even start? Well, in this case, it's not with a big bang. It's with pure, silent potential. According to this worldview, you have to imagine a time, a place before space, before even a single atom existed. In this state, this total unity, everything that could ever exist, everything that has ever existed, it's all just there as one single point of pure potential. The sources we're looking at call this the first light. It's a complete, unmanifested whole. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. The very first act of creation, it isn't about making something out of nothing. It's an act of division. This one singular complete light is just split perfectly into two identical copies. Now, this is the really cool part. These aren't just two halves of the same thing. No, they're two identical, perfect copies of that original light. But, and this is a big but, they're also perfect opposites. One is described as the manifest, the active principle. And the other, it's the mirror image, the hidden, the receptive. It's the original form, and it's perfect, upside-down inversion. So what happens when you bring these two perfect opposites together? You'd think they'd cancel each other out, right? But they don't. Instead, when they merge, they form this incredibly stable, perfectly balanced geometric structure. In this system, that structure is called the Merkaba. You might have heard that term before. And this is seen as the foundational building block of all reality. Okay, so from that one single balanced form, creation starts to, emanate. It builds outwards into something the sources call a sacred geometric family. The way this happens is described using the geometry of overlapping circles. So, that first principle, it projects the very first sphere of existence, and this sphere is symbolically linked to the Prophet Muhammad. Next, the second principle projects its own identical sphere, and it overlaps with the first. This one represents Imam Ali. And right there in that simple little overlap, a brand new, profound concept enters creation: relationship. That space between them, that's the key to everything else. That little almond-shaped space in the middle, that has a name, the Vesica Pisces. And in this system, this shape is huge. It's seen as the cosmic womb, the actual vessel that all other creation is going to pour out of. Symbolically, it's identified with Fatima al-Zahra. And out of this cosmic womb, creation just keeps expanding. New spheres start to emerge, one for Imam Hassan, another for Imam Hussein. And then the angel Gabriel comes in to complete the pattern. And what you're left with is this foundational geometric shape known as the seed of life. Okay, so we've got this core pattern, right? It's based on this sacred family, but how in the world does that become the blueprint for, absolutely everything else? Well, the thing is, this isn't just a pretty symbol you hang on a wall. The source material is really clear. This pattern is an active, generative blueprint. It's the matrix, the mold, from which the entire cosmos is basically ordered to unfold, and it follows these exact geometric rules. And this is where things get truly mind-blowing. That same geometric pattern, as it keeps expanding outwards into what's called the flower of life, it's said to be the hidden structure behind existence itself. We're talking from the way a single cell divides all the way up to the spiral arms of a galaxy. So in this worldview, this divine signature is literally everywhere. You can see it in the orbits of the planets, in the design of living things, even in the geometric foundations of sacred buildings here on Earth, like the Kaaba. It's the ultimate thing that connects everything. Which, brings us to the final part of all this, and maybe the most profound. If this code really is everywhere, then what's our role in it? Where do we fit in? From this perspective, the whole point of life is to take a journey. Inward, it's a quest for self-knowledge. Why? Because if you can understand the blueprint that's inside you, then you can start to understand the architect of the whole system. So what's the end game here? What's the ultimate potential of this journey? The sources use this really striking modern analogy. They say the goal is to become a central processor. I mean, just imagine a consciousness that doesn't just use the universe's operating system, but one that understands it so completely, so deeply, that it can start to write and execute its own programs. Think about what that means. The implication is just staggering. A fully realized person, someone who's completely mastered their own internal blueprint, gains the power of creation itself, the ability to literally bring forth new worlds, new universes from their own being, just to fulfill their own will. So, that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? In our huge, sprawling search to understand the cosmos and where it all came from, maybe, just maybe, the code we're really trying to crack has been inside us the whole time.